I think that we are back, and I'm going to just check now because I think. And I think. Yes. Welcome to Happy Gaijin, everyone. I'm so sorry about the delay. I don't know what's going on. I nearly gave up, but hey, we're here now. That's the important thing. I don't know if you're even still here. If anybody's here watching, everyone's disappeared. I don't know if you're even still here. Okay, sorry, I'm just checking the audio. Welcome everyone to Happy Gaijin. You know, I've spent 2 hours, I kid you not, trying to set up the stream. I checked everything, and I swear to you that if in the next 5 minutes I don't have 10 people here, I'm just gonna quit. Seriously, super frustrating, very frustrating. From 20 people watching to 3 people watching. My fault, but I literally have been for the last 2 hours getting everything working, and it's decided not to work. The audio's working, and yeah, basically, but yeah, I'm just very disappointed. I'm only human, right? So anyway, everyone, I can't get the music working for some reason. I have no idea why, but I'm not going to be playing around with the music anymore because I really don't know why it's decided that it doesn't want to work for whatever reason. Oh well. Anyway, everyone, welcome to Happy Gaijin. Hopefully everyone's okay. Hopefully everyone's having a great was it Wednesday? And yes, it's a vertical stream because I decided to give it another go, and I decided that I want to, sort of like see how, try to differentiate the Wednesday stream from the Sunday stream, if that makes any sense. And try to differentiate. I'm just checking here on my just trying to differentiate what my Wednesday stream and my Sunday stream is. I don't want them to be too similar. So vertical, I'm gonna give it a go for the next few weeks if the sound works. But hey, the silent episode has been cancelled. Yes, that was a kind of quite a fiasco there, I must say. We're here. I mean, I could try and do sign language, but I don't know. I really don't know sign language, so sorry, I can't. I can't help you there. And so the whole idea behind this dream was that I sort of like go through what what my trip was like, different parts of my trip, and have a little bit of a chat. You can also ask me questions, as usual. Nothing changes. The only thing is obviously that that I'm just going to go through a little bit of the behind the scenes. I've got lots of footage from Miyazaki, and I didn't put a video out from Miyazaki, and I don't know if I'm going to put a video out of Miyazaki, even though it's become one of my favorite places in Japan. And the reason being that basically I had problems with my eyes. I'm going to take you back in time, but I scratched my eyes out thinking that I had some some contact lenses in, and I didn't, which meant that what my whole time in Miyazaki was very subdued. I didn't really stream too much. I only filmed a little bit. I didn't really vlog, and I wasn't able to drive. So unfortunately, that's what happened. But hey, thank you so much, Jim. Arigatou gozaimasu for the memberships. Much appreciated. Arigatou gozaimasu. So yeah, let's see how things are going. Hopefully people will start returning. But you know what I've learned? If there's something that I've learned through streaming, is that you cannot come back from something like this, really. It's nearly, I mean, I'm not gonna quit now, but it nearly is. Anybody who wants to stream, get it right the first time. If you don't get it right in the first 2 minutes, just quit. Don't even bother. That's what I've learned because you just lose the people. But I've got the important people here. That's the important thing. All right. So what I've got here is actually, hey Cliff Dog, how are you doing? Thanks for joining in. So what I've got here is I've got a another little thing here, and at the top you will see a video, and I'm gonna hopefully narrate and sort of like explain to you what my thinking, what was going on, that kind of thing in Miyazaki. And hey Jennifer, how are you doing? What a fiasco, right? You know, it's just really frustrating because I honestly have been for the last, I kid you not, it's now 20 past 10, 26 minutes past 10. And at 8 p.m., I started setting up the stream, the camera, making everything, the scenes were correct. And then, you know, things go wrong and you just feel like giving up. But, you know, maybe it's just because I'm a little bit tired. But we're here. We're here. True colors coming out. It's tough, but I'm glad you got it. Thank you. Yes, it's tough. It's tough. So, I'm gonna go through some of my video, and obviously, I look forward to seeing what you think. Um, in terms of some of the things, some of the places. Why can't I see controls? So this is an island in. Why can't I control? Usually, I have some controls that I can pause and stuff like that. But this is an island. I can pause. It's an island in Miyazaki, and as you can see, it's pretty cool. And excuse the colors, by the way, because the colors are a little bit off. I'm using three different cameras, so it's gonna sort of like go in and out depending on the camera. But I love these sort of places in Japan with Tori. You can see the Torii Gate at the very far end, and it was a very beautiful. I am. What was the name of the island now? I've gone blank. The name of the island was, what was it? Mm, Aoshima. Aoshima. So the name of the island is Aoshima. Um, give it Aoshima. That's it. Quite a chill, very chill place. I agree with you. And this island actually gave me big time like vibes of where I live here. Actually, in the south of Spain, in Gibraltar, in the south of Europe, it had a very similar vibe, which I really enjoyed. The fact that it had similar vibe to where I live, and you could see the Torii Gate at the end. Have I got all chat on? I have, yes, I have all chat on, yeah. I do. Why? I have everybody here. Yeah. I said hello already. Have I got all the chat on? I do. I do. Just people don't seem to be chatting right now. But yeah, Aoshima, I really liked this place a lot, especially because it has a very unique shrine. And by the way, this footage that I'm filming with, I'm not very sure if it was with a DJI Pocket or if it was with the Instago 3, which I've been using both quite a bit for this island. I don't know why, but usually I have some controls and I can pause, but for some reason It doesn't want to let me today. Now, it was working perfectly. Just wanted to make sure you had it on. Aoshima is really, really nice. I think that you would very much like it. Let me just put this so that it doesn't cover my face. Put it here, like in like oh, put it on top. There, sort of in the middle. Yeah, I like these sort of places. It gave me the vibe of sort of like gave me Miyajima sort of vibes, if that makes any sense. The beach was lovely, and there were some beach bars. This is me trying to be a little bit sort of like fancy, trying to take some B-roll. Probably with my DJI. Actually, this was probably not my DJI Pocket 3, but probably with my Sony ZV. You can see that everything, whatever you see, ultimately, whatever you see on 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 a video, it's a very curated version of all the footage that I've taken. So this is when I said that this was truly behind the scenes. I mean, this is a obviously I left the camera on whilst I was walking, so this is like a proper sort of like crazy behind the scenes sort of thing, I would say. So yeah, it's going for different, and I can't, and it's really annoying me because because like I said, usually there are I have some controls and I can actually control whether I want to, skip the video or whatever, but it's not letting me. It's not showing me the view, view, edit, docs. Let me just see if I can figure it out. No, very, very strange. I mean, like I said, I had everything prepared, everything was working properly, and anyway, I turned the chat off on my phone since it blocks the video in vertical video mode. I opened the pop-up chat on my desktop. It's not too bad though. I'm looking at it here on my video, on my thing, and the chat only is literally only a little bit of the chat is only the bottom, you see? It's only the very, very bottom. So I don't know what's what what it's like for you. But I appreciate that. Is this a Vessi commercial? Nearly. I wish it was. I actually got in contact with them, and they said to me that they're not working with anybody outside of the USA at the moment, which was a bit annoying because I do like their products. So yeah, this is just me taking some B-roll of generally of the area that I wanted to potentially, have some footage if I ever speak of about the place. They are nice, yeah. To convert color between different camera sensors. To convert color between different camera sensors. In Ingo, UK. I mean, I know how to convert um color. I have lots of LUTs and stuff like that. But this is OBS. This is a live. Also, now you're gonna get me parading myself, and you can't hear what I'm saying here. But you can see I'm a very happy. I'm a very happy gaijin in this track because actually, I really like the place a lot, a lot. I'm just basically saying how wonderful and how much I like these sort of locations, if that makes any sense, to you. Why can't I put the... It's annoying that I can't pause it and fast forward. I would have fast forwarded this. But you're really truly getting the behind the scenes here, guys, of me basically. Right, so this is basically an example of what I would do. I will put down my DJI Pocket on my camera at an angle, and then I will parade myself walking up and down. Many times I have to wait because people are in front. Like here, you can see there's people walking in front. Um, and I didn't really want to get too many people walking in front. Considering the fact that the place was really quite empty and there wasn't a lot of people, I like to show a true representation of the location that I'm at, which basically means if the place is quite empty, I want to show it as empty. So I was waiting for people to, and there I am parading myself, walking. Do I bow? I can't remember. Walking up and down. So this is the true behind the scenes, right? The real behind the scenes, where I'm just walking, and you'll probably just see it maybe 2 seconds of this in a video. If a location is busy with lots of people, then I want to show that the place is busy with lots of people. But as you can see here, there's nobody here. So why would I record just those two people in front of me? You know, it would show a an unreal representation of the location. The location was actually very, very empty, not many people when I was there anyway. So yeah. Aoshima is in Miyazaki, by the way. How Kyushu, is it getting busier, or is there still very few Western tourists? Very few. There were very few Western tourists in Kyushu, basically. So very, 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 very few. And as you can see, you know, I take many different takes. I this is quite a nice little shot actually. A moment where there was a few people. That if I zoomed in would look really nice in a video, you know. So, but yeah, Kyushu is very empty. Obviously, the bigger cities like Fukuoka, you'll see some tourists, but still, Miyazaki, I saw zero tourists, literally. And I think in 3 days, confidently, I might confidently say that I saw one tourist in 3 days, basically. I like to get little shots like this of people, you know, interacting with the location. And this was empty; there was no one, but there was a couple there taking photos, and I thought it looked quite cinematic. So I wanted to demonstrate that, you know, basically. So, oh, that was some kind of a dead fish. Sorry about that. Just found it a little bit interesting. Yeah, that's right. Try not to walk. Indeed, I know. Was the ukulele music playing? Yes, there was ukulele music, and that was a lobster, I think. Okay, this shrine, Aoshima Shrine, was really super unique for many reasons. Basically, it was a shrine which, as you can see, is surrounded by palm trees. So it had a really unique, really super interesting vibe to it. You know, like basically, it was really interesting. And I think the shots are in the wrong order because this is quite inside of the shrine. But check it out. Isn't that kind of wild? It's like in the middle of a tropical jungle, which I found very, very interesting. Very cool. So it's just B-roll that I would potentially use in the future. Um, Potentially I could use it, you know? That's basically what it is. And yeah, this is an example of me using the DJI Pocket 3 to track myself walking, which I use quite a few times. And there's this like you can see a tree that you have to duck under to get. And obviously, you just get a few of the little snippets of me if I use it in a video, it's only going to be like 2 or 3 seconds. You don't see the whole me walking around and fidgeting and that kind of thing. What a horrible angle. Um, and the colors are completely wrong because it's not color graded. It's coming out straight, and also OBS, which I'm using, doesn't do a very good job with colors, unfortunately. But you get the idea. The place is on the edge towards the Nankai through. That's why it's empty. Dangerous place for earthquake. Well, I don't know. I don't think that's why it's empty. You know. Hi there, how are you doing? I guess Miyazaki and Noita get missed a lot since the Ancient Shinkansen. That's right, and it's actually quite difficult to get to. Very difficult to get to. I mean, it took me like over 3 hours to get there yeah, from Fukuoka, over 3 hours. So me parading myself, you know, a lot of these this footage that I take, I might not even use in I just take it and then I might not even use it. It's the crazy thing. The temperature was hot and humid, pretty much like the rest of Japan in the summer. I think it gets to a point where it's so hot and it's so humid that it doesn't really matter how humid it is. It's all like hot and humid and sticky. So hey. Getting some B-roll. This was a nice little tunnel here, as you can see. Very, very nice place. Japan Ichiban, I think, is already thinking, I want to go there. I can already imagine. It's pretty nice. And this is an example of the entrance to the shrine. You can see. Super cool, super awesome. Very unique next to the sea. Just getting some B-roll there. It's a little bit dark, but it's all to do with the colors. I don't think they will be high enough to get away from the heat personally. Is it easy to get to? I mean, easy, relatively easy. Check out that temple, that shrine. Isn't that cool with the palm trees? There was something about it that really captivated me. Is it easy to get to? I wouldn't say it's difficult to get to. It just takes a little bit of time to get to um to Miyazaki, really. Just because there's no Shinkansen. You'd have to go probably via from Fukuoka to Kagoshima, and then from Kagoshima, I think, or Kumamoto, maybe to Kumamoto, and then from Kumamoto to Miyazaki, and then from Miyazaki to this Aoshima that I'm showing now. Um, there was a train. It only took like 20 minutes or half an hour, to be honest. Or there was a bus that you could also take. So getting once you're in Miyazaki, the public transport isn't too bad. Just everything takes longer. When you go more Inaka, and I want to say Inaka, I'm using it in sort of like the country, like less super popular, super dense locations, then you start having much slower trips, less public transport, etc. Yeah, yeah, it's really, really nice. Which is a pity, Japan Ichiban, like I mentioned, that I was actually, I wasn't myself. I hurt my eyes. I just literally just gone. I think just before going here, I'd been to the eye doctor. I had to go and find an emergency eye doctor. I don't know if you know this, but I had to literally go and find an eye person to check out my eyes, and he told me that I had to rest my eyes for 48 hours, at least minimum 48 hours. Actually, rested it for longer than 48 hours. Um, and as a result, I wasn't looking at my screen so much. I don't think I streamed that much, if anything, when I was in Miyazaki properly, just because I was trying to not have a lot of screen time. I couldn't drive. Part of my plan was to drive in Miyazaki, and I couldn't as a result. So, but hey, I made the most of the time that I was there. And you can see it's a very beautiful place. You can see that the shrine and the area is very, very pretty. So, right, I have some more things that I want to show you about Miyazaki. Just give me a second. So I want to show you some other areas of Miyazaki. Another area of Miyazaki, which was kind of quite interesting, was, let me just add them. Uh, okay. So I just need to make sure that it's okay. But yeah, this area is kind of strange because it's a little bit like it was like a Easter Island sort of thing. As you can see, the Easter Island things in the distance. That's just me trying to do some fancy B-roll. And when I do that, I slow it down so it doesn't look so wonky. And I need some Coke Zero, everyone. Kampai. I just had one little disappointing, annoying thing with this location, and that is that they this was me trying to take some footage of me, and then some, I think if I remember right, some people decided whilst I was filming to basically stand in front of the camera, and I actually got a little bit annoyed because they literally, there's a freaking tripod with a camera pointing in that direction. You don't just stand in front of the camera. It was just really, really annoying. Um, so what I was saying is that in this location is up a hill, and you have to walk quite a bit to get to the top of the hill. But they they have these golf carts that you can rent, but they specifically say no foreigners. Only, well, let me take that back. They specifically say no international driver's permit, only Japanese license. So I wasn't able to use the go-kart, which was really annoying because I have an international permit and legally I can actually drive in Japan. But hey, do they have rail? They do have rail, yes. Just slow rail. Oh yeah, I did do some live streams. You're right. 3 hours from Oita, then another 40 minutes by local train to Aoshima. Exactly, it's quite a trip. Long before I ever thought I would ever get to Japan, I had a south to north plan to travel Kyushu. Kyushu is really nice. I think it's one of my favorite areas of Japan. That and Tohoku. Stephen, how you doing? Only 26 days. Nice. 26 days is nothing. Very cool. Yakushima is awesome. I don't know, Cliff, if you've watched my Yakushima video, but I do have a Yakushima video that I put out like years ago before I was like taking YouTube seriously, if that makes any sense. So I don't even know where I am. Where am I? Is that me on the right? Oh, and that's an example. I think this is the time when they decided to literally go in front of the camera. This was supposed to be some nice things to do in Kyushu video, maybe. We'd like to do something like that. Oh, it's okay. Once I calibrate it, I get the color. This is recorded flat. This is not the DJI Pocket. This is actually with my big camera. You can see the difference in it. So you see what I mean? Like, dude, like there's a freaking, and maybe you see me get annoyed there. It was like, for goodness sake. Literally they were less than a meter away from the from the tripod. So yeah, I tried again for a second time. Again, like I mentioned, this is not color graded at all. So it looks a little bit like flat. We call that flat a flat profile. You need a lot to get the colors, to add the color, and then you need to do all the color grading and stuff like that. But this was a really unique place, really interesting. I think it would have been a place I would have much rather have driven to. This location took about an hour to get to from Miyazaki um station. It took an hour, more or less. So, but very interesting, very, very unique, interesting location. Just a very, very long way to go for maybe potentially 1 hour, being there for 1 hour. I did have lunch there though. Um, and also as a result of the buses being so spread out, it also meant that I really wasn't able to see anything else. On the way back, I wanted to stop somewhere, but the bus didn't work out. Check it out. Isn't that pretty cool? You'd think, who would think that's in Japan, huh? I'd love to see the real Easter Island heads, but I feel like I've seen them. Obviously not. I also learned that these are the only ones that are officially are allowed by the Easter Island people. By the way, I've got a snack. Today's stream is brought to you by nobody because nobody sponsored this video. But I got some cheese there, which are some of my favorite snacks. If you haven't had these, if you like cheese, and you haven't had these before when you go to Japan, you should definitely try it. It's pretty darn good. I'm gonna have a few now, and I'm gonna take the rest for a snack tomorrow. Very, very beautiful landscape, by the way. Very beautiful landscape. That coastline is famous for its beautiful coastline. Hey guys, don't forget to press the like button, by the way. If you haven't pressed a like, it will help the channel quite a bit. Oh yeah, there were some yeah, just as I was gonna say. So how does this work? How do I film myself in these situations? Well, very easy. There was somebody in front of me that that I said, "Would you like me to take a photo?" I took some photos of them, and then obviously they will always say, "Would you like me to take a photo of you?" And I usually say that's fine, but how about video? So I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Oh, interesting. These are some of the footage that I might have taken. Okay, that was me in my hotel trying to figure out a few things. And then finally, I have one more place that I went to Miyazaki that I want to show you, which was this, the gorge. So freaking beautiful, this place. And I have some food. Okay, this is a lot of footage. So you're gonna see some footage. A lot of the time I just film just so that I have some B-roll. Sometimes I think to myself like I need some footage of me on a bus, because sometimes I talk about the bus or whatever and I don't have footage. So this is the kind of thing that I do. Thank Twitter. Cliff Dog, arigato gozaimasu. And these two people I met, arigato, thanks so much. These two people I met my French friends. His name is Nathan also. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering, I did ask permission if I could film. So I don't just go up to, hide a camera and film. She was very aware that was I was filming, but I just wanted to have the first person perspective of what it's like to go to like a tourist place. And in this case, I knew what I wanted to do, but I wanted to demonstrate that sometimes a good idea is to actually go and talk to the professionals, right? The people who are paid to give advice to the tourists. This is using my DJ. This is actually using my Osmo Pocket 3S, and I'm really happy with that camera because I think it adds. Would you agree with me that this adds like a little bit of an interesting perspective to my vlogs? I think so anyway. It's very difficult to get this sort of perspective anyway, So, but yeah, thank you so much, Cliff Dog. Arigato. You can sponsor me. And this is another example of me using my Go 3S. I literally, because it's magnetic, I just find a lamppost and I just, it's just magnetically gets, magnetizes to the lamppost. Pop! And I can take some shots like this very, very easily without having to really, do too much. So, yeah, another lamppost. You're gonna see lots of lampposts. I love that t-shirt, by the way. One of my new favorite t-shirts. Yeah, this location was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Again, I was supposed to drive here. I had to get the train. The train took nearly 3 hours in total, and the bus, and it just slowed everything down. This is where I met the French couple, and yeah, we ended up doing a few things together, and then like the following day we actually met up in Beppu. Like afterwards, we had a few drinks in Beppu, and we're still in contact. This was an example of me not positioning the camera properly. So it's a pity because I wanted to get some footage of me walking down the down the thing, but no, it didn't really work out there. The walk to the gorge itself I felt was a little bit dangerous, to be honest, on the main road. Oh, so I decided to fix it. Hmm, okay. Has anybody ever had a cheeser, by the way? Let me know. If you haven't, try it. Let me know what you think. I love these. So this gorge, you've probably seen it all over the place, like some pretty nice footage, I must say. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go on the boats, and I feel like I missed out big time. And the reason why I wasn't able to go on the boat was because it was so busy. They told me, this is probably me saying exactly the same thing. They told me that it would take that you had to book 2 weeks in advance. And you can do that online. So if you are going to this location and you want to go on one of those rowing boats, then make sure that you book at least 2 weeks in advance. And I feel like a little bit cheated because I really wanted to go on the boats. There's only one thing I'm gonna have to return, right? They are strongly cheesy. I know. That's why I like them because they're so strong. Howdy, how are you doing? They are nice. I love them. So yeah, this is oh yeah, this is me just explaining about, how do I make friends? And like I said, you just say hello, where are you going? And then the rest is history. It's very easy. You can read a person, a person's body language and whether or not they want to be spoken to or whether they don't want to be spoken to. So actually, I really like the footage that I've taken here. I think that maybe I was trying to. What was I doing there? Hmm. I don't know what I was doing there with that footage. Like I mentioned, a lot of the time you just don't know. You just take a lot of footage for nothing. Are you allowed to go swimming in the rivers? You can swim in many rivers. You can. You just need to do a little bit of investigation. I've swam in many rivers in Japan, especially in Yakushima. In Yakushima, I swam in many, many rivers. And for example, in Ise, when I went to Ise, I did a vlog about it. Um, there was part of the river where there was nobody swimming, but then maybe 50 meters down the river, there were loads of people swimming. So, oh, this is another example of me putting the camera on a little lamppost stuck by a magnet and then walking, walking, getting a walking shot. Although that wasn't a very good walking shot, but I probably decided that it was too busy and it wasn't very good. Do I keep track of my steps? I do keep track of my steps, and I can tell you that this trip, my average was about 30,000 steps, or just about 30,000 steps every day for 6 weeks. So some of these shots, I can zoom in and that kind of thing. Um, Very beautiful, very green. This is the one thing that I always find about Japan, that it's so green in the summer. Unlike Europe that just goes yellow and there's wildfires and that kind of thing, it's always nice and green, which I really, really love. Chiza, yes. I would never swim in Sumida River. Well, that's a Sumida River. Too many dead bodies in it, dude. Stepmaster Nathan. Well, yes. Hold on, check me out running. That was funny. This is a proper behind the scenes. Um, this was a shrine also. Oh, by this point there were so many steps. I was like, oh my God, I can't. And the thing is that I was this with this French couple, lovely, lovely couple, but they were like half my age. So they had the stamina that I didn't have. So yeah, actually at this point, I wanted to go on this little mini train. Um, but I had a very limited time because the bus was coming like in 2 hours or whatever. So when I went to the train station, it was fully booked, and the next available slot was like a time that would what I would not have been able to reach the bus stop basically in time. So I simply just said to the guy, "Hey, like I'm one person. Unfortunately, this is the only time that I have to get the bus at this time." And he made space for me. They gave me a ticket. Check out this train. It's pretty cool. 20,000 steps is quite good. Though pretty good. Yeah, this little train was really interesting because I think when it used some old, like really old tracks that are no longer used properly, and like a private tracks, and it was like in true Japanese fashion. They basically like in the tunnels there was a light show in the tunnels. Then we stopped over a bridge with a beautiful view, but they started a bubble machine, which is the most random thing ever. Like you'll see it now. But it was actually very, very beautiful, very, very picturesque ride. I really enjoyed this ride. That's me just getting my stuff ready. Ooh, not the nicest of views. Oh yeah, I put the camera on. Oh, you see that thing on my head? That's where I put the camera to get the first person, and I'm showing the person. You know that the camera's magnetically stuck to the train. So the whole Japanese, yay, everybody, like waving and bowing, that kind of thing was very, very fun. In fact, I would say that the majority of people on this train were probably Korean. A lot of Koreans in Kyushu. More Koreans than Chinese, I would say, in Kyushu, surprisingly. I guess it's easy, you can get a ferry, so like I said, this is a lot of just random B-roll. Half the time it doesn't even make it into a video, so but check it out. Isn't that really pretty? Very, very, very pretty. No talking on the mobile zone. It's kind of like the preservation railways in Britain. Yeah, I drove in Ishigaki in Okinawa. Very nice. I will take a pocket free with me just to record the experience and the mirrorless for good shots. That's what I do basically. I thought the pocket free would be great for the plane. Yeah, it's been a good asset, mainly for me for the audio. Like this, like for example, this is the DJ. This is not the DJI. This is the Go, the Insta 360 Go, and check out that. I've been so actually. I think I've been more impressed with the Insta 360 than with the Pocket for some things. I just think that the Pocket is good mainly because of the audio. It's just so easy to use. The audio is it's just magic, I swear. So green. So green. I was trying to take some shots that were like drone-like shots. I don't know if I succeeded or not, but yeah, countryside driving is so nice. Guess that makes sense due to the ferry. I'm guessing there are lots of tour buses leaving Fukuoka. That's what I think also. Oh yeah, and Japan Ichiban also drove of course part of Japan also. Really, really nice. Yeah, I'm not sure how or when this would appear in a video. Maybe. I'm thinking of doing the 47 prefectures of Japan, like top things to do in each prefecture. Oh, this is what I was talking about. So the train literally stopped on a bridge and the operators started playing, or not playing, the operators started, they started the bubble machines and it was so random. Check it out. It was just the most random thing ever. Like, why would you need bubbles? Like, Good night, Twitter. Thank you so much, Cliff, for being here today, and thanks for your donation. Arigatou gozaimasu. Especially after the hiccup, but trying to get the stream started. I mean, it was kind of interesting. More than anything, the bubbles, you could see the different colors. In the video, the footage is different cameras basically. This is my big camera. I don't know why. I mean, the bubbles were not necessary, but they were very much a. This is so Japan, like. Oh, when you went through a tunnel, I don't know if there's any more, but when you go through a tunnel, because I think I took it with my phone, and I don't have the footage from my phone on here. They did like a light show projection over the tunnel, and that was pretty cool. That was quite smart. Mm. It's good. I like watching these videos back. It brings great memories. I loved um I loved my time in Miyazaki, although it was freaking hot and humid, but it was really nice. Oh, this is the train station, the bus station. Very rural, very rural. Just a few vending machines. Quite a few vending machines actually, but very rural. Oh, and I had some Miyazaki beef, which I was recommended. So I wanted to show some Miyazaki beef there. Again, just found a magnet and placed the camera on the magnet, as you do, and filmed just a little bit of me eating. Check out that beer, my God. Miso soup. I'm getting hungry now. That beer was a big freaking beer. Flipping heck. I'm looking at it now and it's like, poof, that was a freaking good beer. I always wonder if it's for death memorial. What? Don't know what you're talking about. Have a few bites. I have a little bit of footage. If I ever need to talk about eating in Japan, now I have some footage. And that was it. No, this is where we started, I think. Do I have any more? So yeah, basically, I think that's most of the footage that I have. Bubbles, Bubbles the chimp. I think that's most of the footage that I have. Let me just check. Mm, yeah, that's all the footage that I have from. I have some more on my phone, but just wanted to do a little bit of a chat, go over my trip. You get some behind the scenes footage before it's edited and made nice and perfect. You could see there's a lot of mistakes, a lot of walking around, a lot of nothing, a lot of footage that I won't end up using, but you got to see it at least. And how are you finding? I need to figure out the I need to figure out my audio for the music because there's no music, is there? Is it still playing? Is it still playing? It is still playing. So how do you guys feel about the vertical streaming? I kind of think it's okay. I'm trying to just differentiate. I've been thinking about how can I make the Wednesday stream different to the Sunday one. So I think the Wednesdays going to try this format for a few weeks, hopefully fix a few of the hiccups, and see how how it works out basically. Yeah, I know there's no music, so I need to fix that. But hey, it is what it is. I don't know what happened. At least I got the voice working, which wasn't working before. So beer, bear, bear of a beer. It was freaking big, very very big. I bought this book recently. Look, pretty cool, huh? An unofficial guide to the movies of Studio Ghibli. Smells nice. What else do I have? Next to me, I also have a Living with Plants, a guide to indoor gardening. My friend gave me this. I do like plants quite a bit. It's a nice little book, actually. And today I've been quite. Hey, Go Wanda, how are you doing? It's not bad if you're in landscape view. If you're in landscape view, what do you mean? If you're in landscape view, I don't understand that. um, so I am in the middle of getting my Irish citizenship, which is kind of random and weird. But for those of you who don't know, my grandparents are Irish. So I've had to do all sorts of craziness like getting my birth certificate, my grandfather's birth certificate, my grandfather's death certificate, my dad's birth certificate, and all that kind of thing. And now finally, I think I've got everything that I need to apply. So yeah, I shall be a June. I shall have dual nationality soon. The vertical stream. Okay, Nathan, before he goes to Hollywood. Um, Potentially, but it's not just that. It's just that always I've always been interested in my Irish, like heritage. So I've always had that interest. I just never pursued it. And recently I was just thinking, it might be worth having a second passport. You never know, not just for the EU, but just for if anything happens, I think traveling with a second passport, if anything happens, you have a second passport. So you're okay, cool. Best wishes for certificate. If you're Japanese, you would be Koseki family registry, so it would be easy. Yeah, it's it's hard. It's a lot, and a lot of money also, because my father wasn't born in Ireland. He was born in the UK, in England, to his Irish parents. But because he decided, well, for whatever reason, he was never nationalized. He never became an Irish citizen. It means that I've had to jump hoops and had to go via my grandfather. Had my dad done the whole Irish thing, then I would automatically be an Irish citizen without any issues. So yeah, it's gonna take a few months though, quite a few months, I think. Ooh, you have Irish background as well. It goes back about 5 generations. Interesting. Yeah, when it comes to the Irish passport or the Irish citizenship, um, you can only get it as far back as your grandparents. You can't go any further back. So you can't get Irish citizenship through your cousins or your great grandparents or some lineage somewhere in the distance. It has to be via your grandparents. So or obviously your direct parents. Dying Goal, how you doing? My man. Wants an excuse to get drunk and start a fight. Historical. You know what, Jim? You know me so well. I want to fight. Actually, little dirty little secret I'm going to tell you all. I've never been to Ireland. But my thinking is once I get my passport, I will go to Ireland with my Irish passport. For the very, my first trip to Ireland would be with my Irish passport, which I think, if everything goes well, I should get in the next 9 months, maybe 10 months. Everything goes well. So at the end of next year, I might have to skip a trip to Japan and go to the Republic of Ireland instead, and explore my my heritage. Waking up in Chigasaki. Hey, Ohayo gozaimasu. Daingol, how you doing? Ohayo. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button, by the way. 20 likes. What? I think there are pros and cons to the vertical stream. I think it works for me. It works better at home than when I'm walking around traveling in real life, I think. But obviously, I need to sort out the audio issues. The Emerald Isle. Welcome to the dual citizenship club. Well, I'm not there yet. Like I said, I'm at the, I wouldn't say the early stages. I would say I'm at the middle stages. It's something that I had been exploring, and I had been gathering everything that I needed for a while, except for randomly, not randomly, but I thought I had everything in order, and then I was told that I needed my grandfather's death certificate. So that something that I've had to get the original death certificate of my grandfather, which for me doesn't make sense because if he was still alive, he would be like 108 years old. So I called the Irish, whatever people today, and I said, "Do I need my grandfather's death certificate because he'd be 108 years old now? Like, what is there a cut? I was just wondering if there was a cut-off date. Like after a certain date, you no longer need to provide the death certificate because that would be the most logical thing. But they said that no, that they need. I don't know why, but they said that they needed it. So hey, thank you so much. Hey, Nathan, have you rode the ferry from Busan to Fukuoka before? If so, do you recommend it? I have not. I've flown to Seoul, and then I've got the train to Busan from Seoul, but I have not. But I do know plenty of people who have done it, and they say that it's pretty good. So a lot of people do the Busan to Fukuoka. Would I do it? Probably. I've got my mind set on doing the Beppu to Osaka night ferry or vice versa. That is something that I really, really want to do. Not only do I want to do it because I think that the ferry itself looks pretty cool and very interesting, but because I actually liked Beppu, the hells of Beppu and the onsens of Beppu very much. But I would like to do it more in the winter, in the future. Arigato. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. Much appreciate it. Tomorrow, another day. What's the time now? It's just what? 11:30 at night? What? Okay, I'm gonna stop drinking Coke, or else I'm not gonna sleep tonight. All right, just two more cheese triangles, and the rest I'm gonna take to work as a snack tomorrow. Hmm. Awesome. So Pazuzu took the ferry from Busan to Fukuoka. Perfect. Awesome. It was the best ferry ever. Book via Klook, night ferry, and book a room. Sleeping all the way. Everything is smooth. Just bring extra food. Very cool. And by the way, don't forget that anybody who's interested can always use my my affiliate link with Klook by going to ninjasaru.com. Ninjasaru.com is up there, and you'll basically be able to get your Klook stuff, rooms, accommodation, like tours, etc. But I'll get a little bit of a commission, and it helps run the channel basically, because obviously each time the channel grows, increasingly there are more costs to run the channel. uh, so yeah. 7:30 a.m. Well, that's when I'll be waking up at 7 in the morning, not 7:30. Yeah, Reds, that was pretty cool. It's cool that Pazuzu has been able to give you some nice feedback there. I need I need I need the energy for tomorrow, so hmm. Any questions, by the way? I will have to start ending the stream relatively soon. But if you have any questions, please let me know. By the way, for those of you who are interested, let me just figure this out. Um, so, those of you interested should know that in 7 weeks' time and 2 days, I will be back in Japan. So, not too long. I'm working on a very complicated video right now, which I'm not very sure if I'm going to be able to have it out this weekend because it's actually very complicated. But we'll see. Right, last chance for any questions before I say Ohayo, Konnichiwa, Oyasumi nasai. It's still warm here. Today I went swimming after work. I went for a swim. Yesterday I went to the beach after work. The day before that I went to the pool. It's a good life here. I'm not gonna lie, but it's all gonna end soon because I'll be starting full. My hours will get longer as from the middle of next week, and then I'll only be able to go to the beach maybe in the weekend for the next 2 or 3 weeks whilst it's still relatively warm and hot. Any questions, Jim Ross? Is Japan really interesting? I just need to go back in December. Japan is very interesting indeed. It's also very much a lot of fun when you know people there, when you hang out with friends, and it just changes things a little bit. I have a few friends in Japan I love spending time with. So, Okay, everyone, I think I'm gonna have to end things here, but I would like to say a big thank you. Let me just sort that. I want to say a big thank you to Jim Ross, who gifted 5 Happy Gaijin memberships earlier on. Arigatou gozaimasu. Much appreciated. A big thank you to Twitter Cliff Dog, who donated $20, and to Reds, who donated $5 US. Much appreciated. Japan is endlessly fascinating. I 150,000% agree with you there. Very much agree with you. Anyway, it's been okay. I mean, a bit of a rocky start. Hopefully, I can figure things out for next time so that, straight in works straight away. But yeah, you're very welcome, Bojo. Thank you. Have a great day, evening. Well, for me, it's going to be a good night. Yeah, JJ, I very much also thank you for being on the mod gang. Okay, everyone. Oyasumi nasai. Thanks for watching. Stay positive. Be